My name is David Landini. The political reality in New South Wales is that any politician or political party that actively supports the agriculture, especially irrigation, forestry or mining industries, will lose government in this state. In fact, every New South Wales government, regardless of whether it is Labor or coalition or containing independents, will continue restricting and reducing these industries. The continuing restricting and reducing of these industries is a political certainty. The primary objective of the major parties, that is the Liberal National Coalition and Labor parties, is to form and retain government. Any other objectives are secondary to this. Government is formed by the party that has the majority of members in the lower house of Parliament. To gain the most members of Parliament, each party, either Labor or coalition, must have their candidates elected in as many electorates as possible. To do so, each party must appeal to as many people in as many electorates as possible. New South Wales has 71 electorates and consequent politicians in the Newcastle, Sydney and Wollongong areas. A further 14 are along the coast and 8 are located west of the Great Dividing Range. In the 2019 state election, 435,400 people voted for the Greens, mostly from the Newcastle, Sydney and Wollongong areas and the North Coast. The Greens are opposed in varying degrees to all natural resource-based industries such as agriculture, especially irrigation, and forestry and mining. There are many coalition and Labor voters who are also sympathetic to green issues. There are only 397,000 voters west of the Great Dividing Range. There are more voters in New South Wales opposed to agriculture, especially irrigation, forestry and mining, than there are voters west of the Great Dividing Range. Any political party and associated politicians that wants to form government in New South Wales must primarily appeal to the voters in Newcastle, Sydney and Wollongong who have little to no interest in the natural resource-based industries, as well as to the 435,400 Green voters. Any political party that actively assists agriculture, forestry or mining will lose a large number of votes in the Newcastle, Sydney and Wollongong areas and the North Coast, and will lose government in New South Wales. This is why these industries are being increasingly restricted and reduced. Any political party, either Labor or coalition, that wants to form government in New South Wales must restrict and reduce these industries. Agriculture, forestry and mining, of course, provide the livelihoods, either directly or indirectly, for the vast majority of the people in the Riverina. Due to politics alone, there is no prosperous future for the people in the Riverina in New South Wales. We, the people of the Riverina, need to form a Riverina State separate from New South Wales to protect our livelihoods and ensure our prosperity. And the sooner we do it, the better off we will be.